took care of a young man who tried to commit suicide at the age of 8 years old. And it was because he was told every single day that he was stupid. If you say things to your children and you're saying, I'm joking, understand that you are still making a declaration. Hi family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Candice and it's a pleasure to have you with me. So in Proverbs chapter 18 verse 21, we know that the Bible says life and death is in the power of the tongue. Based on this knowledge, we are aware that our words do have consequences and they can either build up or tear down. Whenever we hear about Proverbs 18:21, it's always from the perspective of speak life, as in declare the house, the car, the husband, the dog, the house with the picket fence, etc. Or you're speaking death, you're speaking dooms over yourself. We never actually give thought to the concept of jokes. We have to be ever so careful as believers when it comes to our tongue. Sometimes in a joking session, you find us saying things like, oh my gosh, I'm dead, I'm dying, kill me now. And we will think, oh, I'm just jokingly saying that. I don't mean kill me now. But you are declaring something over your life. You are coming into agreement with a word, a declaration that is speaking doom on you. But because it's coming from the angle of joking, we're not paying attention to that. Some years ago, I looked at a sermon from Dr. Cindy Trim. And she so nicely said that when we speak our words, we are aware of the intent, but the words are not aware of the intent. And the words have power. So we can actually speak something that is very crass and say, oh, I was just joking. But we are making declarations over our lives. And why is this? Because the principle of the consequences of words stands. It is standardized, even though we may stratify it. The only way that we can have a proper handle on our tongue is when we really begin to get into alignment with the word, when we begin to build intimacy with God. The deeper the intimacy, the less the profanity. When we begin to spend time in prayer, spend time in worship, spend time in fasting, because the Bible says in the book of James that we can tame wild animals and so forth, but who can tame the tongue? No man. It's a wildfire, for out of it comes blessings and cursing. Out of it we can speak good and we can speak evil. And unbeknownst to us at times, this evil can just flow. It's not that we had the intent, but we got angry and our mouths just begin to say things. We're like, wait, where is this coming from? So the only way that we can have a proper handle on our mouths is to get into deeper intimacy with God. So if you are struggling with the tongue, you're struggling with gossip, you're struggling with speaking life or death over yourself, you're struggling with speaking positive things, positive affirmations over you or your family, over your children, it is something to take to the Lord. And this is also for parents. If you say things to your children and you're saying, I'm joking, understand that you are still making a declaration over your life. Many years ago, my mom took care of a young man who tried to commit suicide at the age of 8 years old. And it was because he was told every single day that he was stupid. To some, it was a joke. To others, it was serious. But to him, it meant the truth. And so it became part of his identity. And he began to feel like a nobody, basically. He felt like he didn't belong. So when we're talking about taming the tongue, let's not only think from the perspective of the things that we desire, but let's also think from the perspective of the jokes and the things that we say to have a good laugh. Be careful about coarse joking. The Bible speaks against coarse joking, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason why David said in Psalm 141:3, set a guard over my mouth, O Lord. David understood the principle of speech. He understood that words had consequences. He understood that his life depended on what came out of his mouth. So we have to be ever so vigilant when we are using our tongues to say certain things. And do not think that because it was said in the form of a joke that it makes a difference. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Words can build up or break down. It can reject or invite certain things into our lives. I pray you were blessed. Until next time, take care.